Hi, welcome to another anger management class. 欢迎回到我们的那个愤怒管理的课。So today we'll be talking about unhelpful thinking styles. 我们今天要讲的是无益的思维方式。When a person experiences an unhelpful emotion, example, depression or anxiety, it is usually preceded by a number of unhelpful self-statements and thoughts. 当一个人经历的感情无益，如忧郁或焦虑，它通常是由一些无用的自我陈述和思想之前。It's an automatic habit and happens out of our awareness. 它是一种自动的习惯，并发生在我们的意识之外。If constantly and consistently used, it will cause a great deal of distress. 如果经常和维持使用，会造成很大的困扰。Some of these styles sound similar to one another, not meant to be distinct categories. 有些款式听起来相似，意味着不是不同的类别。But to help you see if there's a kind of pattern to your thoughts. 但要帮你看看你的想法是否有一种模式。Mental filter, 心理过滤器 involves filtering in and filtering out process, tunnel vision. 涉及滤波和过滤掉的过程，像是隧道视野一样。Focus on only one part of a situation and ignoring the rest. 重点只是其中一个部分情况，而忽略其他。Look at negative parts and forget positive. Whole picture covered by single negative detail. 看见负面部分，忘记正面的。整个画面呢，由单个负面细节渲染。So example of mental filter is like what you see in the pictures. 我们那个情绪过滤渲染呢，就如以下的图一样。So you may have a lot of thoughts given by people, but you only focus on the negative ones. 你可能有大家跟你讲的一些想法，但你专注在那个负面的想法上。Next is jumping to conclusions. 下一个是过早下结论。So assume we know what someone else is thinking. Mind reading. 假设我们知道别人在想什么，像是有读心术一样。We make predictions about what is going to happen in the future. Predictive thinking. 我们预测什么会发生在未来，像是有预测思想。If you jump to conclusions, you decide something is true or make a judgment about something before having enough information to be sure you are right. 如果你跳到结论，就是当你决定某些事情是真实的，或者做出有关事情的判断，在有足够信息以前呢，确定你是对的。If anyone gives you an unreasonable time frame for making a decision, it is almost always an attempt to discourage you from critical thought. If you cannot have what you feel is a reasonable amount of time to come to a well-reasoned conclusion, just walk away. 所以如果任何人给你一个不合理的时间框架来做出决定，那似乎总是试图呢阻止你 从批判性思维中脱身。如果你不能在一个合理的时间来得出呢一个合理的结论呢，那最好的方法就是走开。Drawing a conclusion without taking the needed time to reason through the argument。那你得出结论呢，而不花费所需的时间来通过论证来推理。So this is jumping to conclusion。所以这个就是下那个决定。So for example, that new home looks great. Let's buy it. 所以例如说那个新家看起来很棒，我们来买吧。Now the explanation is that the assumption in this example that was a snap decision based on emotion, and the many factors one should consider when making a decision this grand were ignored. In short, reasoning was abandoned. 所以说明呢是在这个例子中呢，假设这是一个基于情绪的快速决策，而忽略了决定这个应该考虑的许多的因素之下，推理就被放弃。Now for personalization, 个性化 ，blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong or could go wrong when you are only partly or not responsible at all。对出错或可能出现的问题感到非常自责。事实你只有部分责任或根本没有责任。Take 100% responsibility for occurrence of external events。外部事件发生的责任呢，100%放在自己身上。And then we have catastrophizing， 我们有那个小题大做。Blow things out of proportion， 把事情放大得不成比例。View situation as terrible, awful, dreadful, horrible， 把情况看得很糟糕、可怕、恐怖。In reality, the problem is quite small。那现实的问题其实是相当小的。Black and white thinking， 黑与白的思维。You only see one extreme or the other。你只看到一个极端或另一个极端。Either wrong or right, good or bad, so on。只有对或错，好或坏等等。No in between or shades of grey， 没有两者之间或灰色地带。Now this is a very good example. You always have these negative thoughts. It's like you judge yourself that you either you never or you don't. And there's always a definitive always. 所以这是一个非常好的例子，就是你会用这些非常极端的情绪的来批判自己，像是你觉得没有、不会、肯定，用这些字语来决定。Shoulding and musting， 应该和必须。Sometimes say I should or I must。You put unreasonable demands or pressure on yourself and others。有时候你会说我应该或我必须，来给予自己和他人无理的要求或压力。Although these statements are not always helpful, example, I should not get drunk and drive home。虽然这些声明并不总是无益。Oh, sorry, just now I said wrong. Although these statements are not always unhelpful, example, I should not get drunk and drive home. OK， 刚才我英文的那个说法呢有些错误啊。 虽然这些声明并不总是无意，如我不应该喝醉了还开车回家。They can create unrealistic expectations. 他们可以制造出不切实际的期望。So this picture itself actually shows a very good example of shooting and masking. 那这个情况呢，这个图呢，就是表达刚才我们所说的情况。You will say I want, I must, you must, you must. You know, all these things you assume that it should be there. 那你看到这个图呢，其实它有说我一定要，你一定要，就是你会有句子有你一定要，我要，我需要等等。但其实你这一切都是很不切实际的，然后就是会对自己有个不切实际的期望。Overgeneralization 过分概括。So we take one instance in the past or present and impose it on all current or future situations. 我们把一个在过去或现在发生的事例，加强在所有现在或将来的情况上。Example, use words like you always, everyone, I never. 例如使用你总是，每个人，我从来没有。And then we have labeling, 标签。Make global statements based on behavior in specific situations. 根据个别情况来做全球说法。Use this label even though there are many more examples that aren't consistent with that label. 使用这个标签呢，即使有更多的例子是不与标签一致。So this picture is a very good example of labels, like liar, stupid, not good enough, idiot, rejected. 所以这张图呢，就是一个非常好的标签的例子，像是标签人家为骗子、笨蛋、白痴、不够好、被抛弃。Emotional reasoning 情感推理 basing your view of situations or yourself on the way you are feeling 凭你当下的感觉呢来衡量情况或自己 Example, the only evidence that something bad is going to happen is that you feel like something bad is going to happen 例如呢唯一的证据表明不好事情将发生是你觉得什么不好的事情会发生。So, as this picture has shown, the person have this thought even before the things has happened. It's like a presumed thoughts. 所以例如这个图所见呢，这位女士呢，她已经有一个先决的那个定论，但那些事情其实还没有发生。Magnification and minimization 放大率和极少化 So magnify positive attributes of other people and minimize own positive attributes 放大别人的正面属性并尽量减少自己的正面属性 Explaining away own positive characteristics 解释掉自己的正面特征For example, getting a mediocre evaluation proves how inadequate I am. Getting high marks doesn't mean I'm smart. 例如呢，拥有一个非常不这么好的评论呢，证明了我自己是微不足道。好像如拿了高分，不代表说我是很聪明的。So you magnify failure and minimize achievement. 就 所以你会放大你的失败，然后减少你的那个成功的那些事件。Alright, so we have come to the end of today's lesson. So the staff can now discuss with the members what have they learned. 所以我们已经来到这堂课的尾声。那我们的职员也可以现在可以跟我们的会员呢来讨论他们今天学到什么。